Hello and welcome once again. So, today I would like to talk about monsoon rainfall and floods condition in Pakistan that really conveys the scale of devastation. Our ministers have said that almost one third of the country is underwater. Thousand people have been killed since just June. So you get a picture. This one is like, 1 in 7 Pakistanis were sleeping out, in the open at this time, who are impacted by flies and have lost pretty much everything, and they have nothing left behind except, what they're wearing, wet clothes. And if you just see the scale of that devastation for about 800,000 livestock, are gone, 500,000 homes, crops gone. I mean, this is really a bad condition, and the poorest have been hardest impacted on that. And it really, they didn't have any option to evacuate. They couldn't leave and go anywhere. By and large, they live in mud houses. But those houses stood on chance against, these kind of floods. Pakistan is used to having a monsoon season, but now if you just notice this time, it's more than twice what would normally be expected. The Pakistan, especially Balochistan and Sindh provinces, they receive more than 400 more rainfall as compared to their long-term averages. This climate change, warmer air holds more moisture, meaning heavy downpours, would suffer, and that will be the country's second climate-driven disaster this year, in a way of record-breaking heat wave. Some parts of Pakistan hit more than 50 degrees centigrade. His findings, if you talk about climate change, has paid 30 times more likely as compared to the pre-industrial world. And if you see the fact that Pakistan creates about 1 ton of CO2 emissions each year, sound like a lot, but when you compare to UK, China, or US, so we look at all emissions through our history, almost nearly 1/4 of them, Pakistan just released only 3% ideally, and last year in climate change conference, some researchers they said it that almost they look at 12 different geographies around the world facing 12 different types of climate impacts, and one impact was common. That was the forced displacement and distressed vibration. If US doesn't act on it, or Europe, so then they would see the large scale migration, happening from across continents, and to trespass the border. But because if first world countries, they think that they're still safe, but they have the resources to deal or to manage with climate impacts. But these communities, which are forced to, for survival, and they will try to move into those areas, and no border would be able to stop them. And these floods weigh, at the forefront of everyone's mind. So my pledge is to all the people around the world that we should join our hands together and support as much as possible. From their side, they can contribute to overcome this catastrophe which Pakistan is suffering at the moment. Thank you so much for watching.